So guys, Mikey Garcia and Terence Crawford trade words. Mikey Garcia hit out at Terence Crawford saying that Terence Crawford hasn't really fought anybody. You know, he's fought decent level guys, but he's not really fought any top level fighters. And he even criticized his up and coming fight with Amir Khan, saying that, listen, Khan's a good name, saying that, but Khan's not been champion for so long. He goes, he's past his best. He's not the fighter he was. And, you know, he's a good name for him to have on his resume. But really, Khan's not the fighter he was and he's past his best, according to Mikey Garcia. So, you know, Terence Crawford hit back and said, you know, don't quit against Spence like you did against Salido. And, you know, they went back and forth. And it's interesting to me because if Mikey Garcia does well against Errol Spence, even pulls off a win, that Terence Crawford fight is a massive, massive fight. Now, here's the thing. I think people criticize Terence Crawford's resume, and rightfully so. I've said it as well, that Terence Crawford hasn't fought any top names. I even think that this fight with Amir Khan is his toughest fight. It's going to be a very, very hard fight. And a lot of people are going to learn a lot about Terence Crawford in this fight, even though they think they might not. They think that Terence Crawford's going to walk straight through Khan. I'm not so sure. Benavidez, let's not forget, David Benavidez is a decent fighter. But again, he was very unknown. Not many people knew who he was. Amir Khan's the first guy he's fighting that's a known fighter that can actually fight. You know, Benavidez had a dodgy leg. He injured. This is his first real test. And a lot of people think it's against a guy that's probably past his best in Amir Khan, which I don't agree with. I still think Amir Khan has enough in the tank to, in my opinion, beat and give Terence Crawford hell in that fight. I don't agree with Mikey Garcia. And, you know, I actually think Amir Khan will beat Mikey Garcia. I genuinely do. I think he would beat Mikey Garcia. I think, you know, he's a lot bigger than Mikey Garcia. He's fast, and I think he would give Mikey Garcia a lot of trouble. I don't think Mikey Garcia has the power. He's a 135-pounder, really. I don't think he has the power to really trouble Khan. So if he doesn't have the power to hurt Khan, then can you outbox him? Not really, in my opinion. I think Crawford is somebody that needs to prove himself. And this is a fight, because if he does badly against Khan, people are going to say, well, this is the first real opponent he stepped up and he struggled, and he's got to look good against Khan. But not just that, I think it's a very close fight. I don't think it's as easy as fight as what people think. But in terms of Mikey Garcia and Terence Crawford, that would be a fight I would love to see, irrespective of the result. Now listen, if Mikey Garcia gets completely washed against Errol Spence, I don't think he's going to be wanting to jump in there with Terence Crawford right away. But if he beats Spence, or he, you know, loses a close fight, then the Terence Crawford fight is definitely a fight that, you know, the fight fans will be interested in. I think that would be a great fight for Mikey Garcia. I don't think Terence Crawford is as vicious a puncher as Errol Spence, as big and as strong as an Errol Spence. So again, it evens the play. And let's not forget, Terence Crawford just moved up from 140. Mikey Garcia fought at 140. So it would be a very intriguing and interesting fight for, you know, from my perspective. Especially, again, a lot depends on how Mikey Garcia does against Errol Spence. If he gets washed against Errol Spence, then, you know, let's be honest, then, you know, that Terence Crawford fight shouldn't happen. But if he does well, then that fight makes sense for sure. But yeah, it's very interesting. These guys going back and forth at one another. I think they all want the same thing, and that's that pound-for-pound status. And they're all trying to knock each other down. But I do think Mikey Garcia has a point about Crawford. He's not fought a lot of top-level competition. You'd probably say that Khan is his first top-level fight. That's fighting at elite level, and a lot of people think Amir Khan is past his best. We'll find out on fight night. But leave your thoughts about the back and forth between Garcia and Crawford. And guys, remember to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.